Welcome to Royal Vibe. Putin took bitter revenge on Queen Elizabeth II after she was denied a funeral. The Kremlin dictator did not like Britain's choice to remove Putin from his list of VIP visitors. Desecrate the name and reputation of the late British monarch. The British monarch died on Thursday, September 8, after 70 years of glorious reign. His death sparked a long period of mourning across the country and ended on Monday at his funeral home in Westminster Abbey. Tens of thousands of Britons traveled to London to pay their last respects when he was in state. Leaders from around the world will attend the national funeral to say goodbye to Britain's beloved monarch. Noticeable in his absence is the president of Russia, who is no longer invited to solemn and historical events. And Britain's choice to ban Putin from the VIP visitor list doesn't seem to be working for the Kremlin dictator. Russian activists have released videos of them allegedly throwing food at African teenagers as the Queen visits the continent. Young children can be seen picking up debris as the white-clad monarch looks on. Fake history hunter wrote, "I am no longer a queen, and I am no longer an African child. These are two French daughters living in French Indochina, now Vietnam. At least two before Elizabeth II was born. Besides, now, no matter how much money they have, I don't even feed them." It was believed that the revelation was proof that Putin's pride had been crushed at the funeral. Kapalnia Wiedzy. "I think it's their revenge for not inviting Putin to the funeral yet." When the Kremlin learned that the Russian president had not sent an invitation to the funeral, the Kremlin protested strongly. Russia's foreign ministry accused London of using the extremely immoral national tragedy for geopolitical purposes. In an indictment posted on its website on Thursday, the Foreign Office accused Britain of making divisive statements to achieve opportunistic goals. Putin became the first world leader to celebrate the ascension of Charles III. In a letter dated September 10, he said, "I congratulate you on your ascension to the throne. I wish your majesty success, good circumstances and good deeds." The Queen's funeral broke the record because the tour was bigger than the moon landing. The funeral of Queen Elizabeth II attracted more than 4 billion viewers worldwide, and the match became the most watched broadcast in history. It is not the first time the Queen's coronation in 1953 has broken the TV primetime record, watched by more than 27 million people in the UK and hundreds of thousands abroad. Queen Elizabeth II's funeral was Britain's first national funeral for Sir Winston Churchill in 1965 and the first British monarch's funeral at Westminster Abbey in 1760. The Courier picked up the site on Monday, September 19, after 4 days of waiting in a country where nearly 1 million people lined up to pay their respects to the coffin of the fallen monarch. It was once attended by 500 of the world's most important political leaders, dignitaries and royalty. After a record-breaking reign, the Crown Prince entered the record as the most-watched show in history. The most-watched match on British television today is Diana, Princess of Wales Commander match 25 years ago on 6 September 1997, watched by 32.1 million people. International viewing reached 2.5 billion, with 19.3 million tuning into BBC One and 11.7 million to ITV at home. To date, the most-watched tournament in television records is the opening ceremony of the 1996 Atlanta Olympics, which attracted 3.6 billion viewers. Before the Queen's funeral, there was no match for this rating. WatchedVabroad.com's Carolina Beltramo estimates that the Queen's funeral broke the record and drew 4.1 billion viewers. If this is true, we can assume that more than half of the world's population has seen this film.